Building credit in the United States without a Social Security number. Building credit in the United States without a Social Security number can be challenging, but it is not impossible. Many new arrivals to the U.S., international students, or other individuals who do not qualify for a Social Security number have successfully established credit by following a few important steps. This training session will outline the steps you can take to start building your credit in the United States. Here are 8 steps you can take to start the process of building credit in the U.S. Number 1. Apply for an individual taxpayer identification number. Number 2. Open a bank account. Number 3. Apply for a secured credit card. Number 4. Apply for a credit builder loan. Number 5. Become an authorized user of someone else's credit card account. In other words, a family member or a friend. Number 6, apply for a retail store credit card. Number 7, pay all your bills on time. Number 8, monitor your credit report. Now we will review in a bit more detail each of these steps. Step number 1, applying for an individual taxpayer identification number, or ITIN. An ITIN is a tax processing number issued by the Internal Revenue Service for individuals not eligible for a Social Security number. ITINs are accepted by financial institutions, banks, credit unions, and employers. To apply for an ITIN, you must complete Form W-7, the application for an IRS individual taxpayer identification number. In order to apply for an ITIN, you will need to prove your identity and foreign nationality status. You can apply for an ITIN by mail or in person through a designated IRS Taxpayer Assistance Center. The IRC has prepared a more detailed training video on the individual taxpayer identification number and what you need to know. It can be accessed here at this link. Step number 2, opening a bank account. Once you have your ITIN number, you can open a bank or credit union savings account or a checking account. The IRC has a 6-part series on the banking system in the U.S., including a training session on opening a bank account, which we will review here. Before opening a bank account, please review the IRC's banking system series. It is very important to avoid high-fee bank accounts. What you need to open a bank account. To open a bank account, you need a few different forms of identification. Firstly, you need a picture identification issued by a U.S. government, a state government, or a foreign national government, which includes your date of birth. Examples of this would be a passport or driver's license. Secondly, you need an ITIN, discussed previously. With some banks, you may be able to open a non-interest-bearing bank account without an ITIN. Thirdly, some banks will ask for a third piece of identification confirming your home address, such as a bill with your name and address on it. You will also need to bring the money you will use to open the bank account. Each type of bank account may have a different requirement. Make sure you confirm the amount you'll need in advance. Bank On, a local coalition that connects consumers to safe and affordable bank accounts, has a tool on its website that helps you find a bank or credit union in your state that has adopted its minimum standards on services and fees. Step number 3, applying for a secured credit card. A secured credit card is backed by collateral, usually a refundable security deposit from the cardholder that also serves as your credit limit. Secured credit cards are ideal for people with no credit history, or a low credit score. How to use secured credit cards to build credit. Make sure you choose a secured credit card with no annual fee. Try to pay off your credit card balance every month, as secured credit cards have very high interest rates. And the most important part is that the card issuer reports your payment history to the credit bureaus, which helps you build credit. This is something you might want to confirm with your secured credit card provider. Step number 4, apply for a credit builder loan. Some credit unions and financial institutions offer credit building loans. These loans are designed to help individuals establish credit. Typically, you borrow a small amount and pay it back very quickly. Your payments are reported to the credit bureaus, which helps you build credit. The IRC CEO Credit Building Loan. The IRC's Center for Economic Opportunity offers credit building loans at zero interest, so it's worth exploring the CEO first. Step 5. Become an authorized user of a family or friend's credit card account. If you have a family member or friend that is willing to add you to their credit card account, this can help build your credit score. You will not be legally responsible for this account, so you need to be aware of the consequences. But be careful. Any negative activity on this account by the account holder can impact you unfavorably. Conversely, if you do not make payments on a timely basis, you could impact the credit score of your family or friend. Step 6. Apply for a retail store credit card. Some retail stores may offer credit cards to individuals with limited or no credit history. These cards often have lower approval requirements compared to major credit cards. Some of the retail stores shown here that accept lower credit scores are TJX, Lowe's, Kohl's, and JCPenney. Be careful. These credit cards tend to have higher interest rates than other cards if you do not pay off your full balance on a monthly basis. Step 7. Pay your bills on time. Paying your bills on time is crucial to establishing a strong credit history. Your everyday bills for rent, utilities, and other regular bills are tracked as part of your credit score. Up to 35% of your credit score will be based on on-time payments of your bills. Monitoring your credit report. There are 3 major credit bureaus in the U.S. that most banks and credit card issuers rely on. They are Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Regularly check your credit report to ensure that your credit activity is being reported accurately. You can request a free copy of your credit report from each of these 3 major credit bureaus once a year at annualcreditreport.com. Building credit without a social security number may take time, and your credit options may be more limited. However, by following these steps and demonstrating responsible financial behavior, you can gradually establish a positive credit history in the U.S.